into another NBA show with myself, Wham Bam, Dutch, Urbano. It's great to be back with you guys. Really enjoyed doing that Monday show with my guys, and playoffs have been treating me nicely. So let's try to keep the profits rolling in. I'll kick it to you first, Wham Bam. How the playoffs treating you, and how you doing today?
Hey man, I'm a man of my word. We start off transparent. I was going up against my man in the Warriors yesterday in the chat. I was talking crazy. KC was talking crazy back. It's all good. It's all love. I got smacked up. We did have Bones Highland yesterday. Did do good there. Late game, I hopped on that over. Seemed like Ty Lue was going to try to press the pace up on those Suns there, get them old people out there running. So we're gonna have to look in and lock in on that. But yeah, man, so far this playoffs been solid, bro. I've been having some good solid specs. I can't wait to do this again with y'all. Last time we had a great show. So shout out to Jay Martinez. Yeah, man. OG show. We back, brother.
Absolutely. And Casey and Paige, she said start the show. We were a couple minutes late. You'll be all right, Casey. And Boofer, you're absolutely right. You sent me a little something I was playing with right before the show, along with us talking backstage. But Bano, how you feeling? How the playoffs been treating you?
Yeah, it's been a lot more up and down, but last night, perfect example, right? We had Golden State was I was on the Warriors last night. I just figured it's going to be a homer series, really. Kings and Warriors. A home court was going to hold serve, and I know all the talk about Draymond's actions and how he'd be missed, but to be honest with you, I figured Golden State would step up, and that's exactly what we saw last night. Everybody stepped up. They got the job done, got back in the series. I think the home team is probably going to keep being the dominant theme in that series. I was disappointed with Brooklyn because I took them in the first quarter, first half in game 2 and got rewarded. And I came back to it last night against the Philadelphia 76ers, backs against the wall, down 2-0 at home. And here I'm thinking Joel Embiid's going to get ejected early in that game for, basically kicking Nick Claxton. And sure enough, to my shock, they keep him in the game. They don't give him the ejection. And next thing you know, Philadelphia starts to take over that game a little bit, and Brooklyn fell apart in the first half. But then I lost first quarter, first half on Brooklyn, and then I see Brooklyn taking the lead in the third quarter. I'm like, these motherfuckers, they're going to come back and win this game. And I was on them first quarter, first half, and not full game. But sure enough, they screwed it up. Terrible turnover on the inbound pass, and that was it. Philadelphia survives, and they're going to win that series and probably sweep it. It's probably 1-2-3 Cancun. That's a tough loss for Brooklyn. I don't know how they overcome it.
Yeah, that was tough. That was a crazy sweat for anybody involved. And if you had a Sixers ticket, I know you were happy. You felt lucky. That went that your way at the end. It's nice to cash some of those tickets rather than it to be against you sometimes. So, Dutchy, was that you in that night? And how's playoffs been treating you? How you doing?
Yeah, man. Actually, since we broke bread, on Medicaid Monday, on Monday with the fellas, it was a beautiful thing. It's been lovely since then. I can't lie. So, had to come right back and do a round motherfucking 2. Yeah, man. I was on the right side of that bitch last night. The refs were not on our side. If you were on the Sixers, all right. Yeah, did they play absolutely horrible in that third quarter? Absolutely. But if you watch the motherfucking game, I don't think they had a foul call on Brooklyn the whole second half. So it was very stressful. It was a turtleneck. But the hooker was on my side last night there in Brooklyn. So we went to the motherfucking window. It was a beautiful thing. Let's keep it going. Had the Grizzlies the night before. So yeah, man, we're gonna keep it moving. Very confident in some looks. Had the Cavs there. We talked about some stuff on Monday, and it kind of went, the way we wanted it to go throughout the week. So let's get it going. Let's start it off here on a motherfucking Friday and run that bitch from Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Got a couple solid games tonight. I only bet one of these games today. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but I definitely think all 3 games are very intriguing.
Absolutely. Let's get into it. We got 3 games up for today. I don't think this one is the one you're interested in, but we're gonna see 555, 556, Boston and Atlanta. This one opened up Boston -5.5. I see it anywhere between 5 and 6 right now. So make sure you line shop to get the best of the number. Total opened up 228.5, and we're looking at anywhere between 228 and 229. So same thing there. Injury report. I saw nobody on there for Atlanta. They should be all available. And then for Boston, it looks like they're only without Gallinari in this game. So this one is tough. One of those games that back against the wall. Can Atlanta get it done? I know Dutch is not very fond of little Trey. You going against him today?
Stop the way, bro.
He can make it. He can make it a game.
Yeah, man. I was just as we were talking pre show, you know, and we didn't. We was on. We didn't give y'all 10 minutes. As long as it's Jimmy Hoffa rules in this motherfucker. As long as we keep it in that 10-minute window, you know, we're not saying fuck you. You know, so 5 minutes is cool. It's cool, Casey. All right, but yeah, when it comes to this game, man, you know, everyone good to make all this noise. I'm sure the Sharks gonna find a way somehow, some motherfucking way to back Atlanta. But god damn. I mean, we talked about it. There's levels to this shit, right? It's the same thing with the Brooklyn and Philly. To me, I think Boston obviously is a better, in my opinion, a better team than Philly. But just coming down to it, I think they're just better at every position, in every situation than Atlanta. Could Atlanta still win? Maybe at home, but I'm telling you right now, I'm not putting my motherfucking money on it. You know, they lost both of these games by 13 points. They're 1-4 against the number at the crib last 5. Atlanta 0-7 against the number versus a winning basketball team, which obviously the Boston Celtics are. And they've lost 4 straight in a row. Haven't covered in 4 straight basketball games. On the other side, you got the Leprechauns. I mean, they fucking bleed green right now, bro. And if you've been betting on them, you've been getting the motherfucking green. Covered 6 straight basketball games. And they have their way with Atlanta. It's big brother, little brother type shit. They've covered in 7 straight basketball games. So 5.5, 5, you know, does seem kind of low. It's kind of standard in this situation here. To me, it's just like it's just like last night, the Brooklyn and in the Sixers game. It could come down, probably a pretty sharp number. Does Boston get in cruise control at a certain point in this game? And does you know, the motherfucking Hawks stick around? They have the talent to. I don't think defensively, to be quite honest with you, they can. I don't think defensively they can stop the Boston Celtics. So if I'm betting this game, it's bleed green. No other way. I'm not betting Atlanta here. It's fade Atlanta for me. But I just don't see a reason to actually bet this basketball game.
Hey, fair enough. You don't got to bet every game on the slate. I know you're not fond of him anyway. I got a couple comments in the chat that's making me want to go to my guy Wham here. And you see one up there right now. He's asking, is Foster the ref? Somebody else said, have no fear. Foster is here. I know that show your uncle Wham. You rolling with the home team with your boy Foster tonight, or what you doing?
Yo, that's funny as hell. Nah, it's the Godfather, man. He got to be the Godfather, bro. The uncle
Godfather.
is crazy. The uncle is
The NBA
crazy,
henchman.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hitman,
This Scott Foster's my uncle, bro. Y'all see me courtside. I'm out here. Y'all think it's going up right now? It's going real up. But no, shout out to Scott Foster being number 48, the great 48, the executioner, they would say, especially in this spot, bro. Like, this is another game I think we kind of gotta key in and say it's the like Dutch said, like, they're the better team, bro. They got the better guys, but I mean, we know what type of time the Hawks be on the road rather than what they are at the house. So the fact that Scott Foster is in there, maybe it's getting me extender vibes for sure. It's giving me extender vibes. And then Trae Young is obviously, been shooting terrible over the past 2 years, I would say, but for sure, especially this year, they shooting 27% so far in this season. But again, those being on the road, this being at the house, I kind of give them a little bit more of an edge there. I think the line is showing us that too. And the fact of the matter is that, yeah, we know what our guy Nasty Nate gonna be on. Shout out to my guy. He said he on the Bruins and so he like both teams to hold it down today. I ain't mad at you, bro. But I just can't jump in front of the Trae is the way narrative, like this guy Skee probably gonna end up talking about. I know this ain't what Dutch want to hear. Little motherfucking Trae, he's definitely been trash. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been good. He hasn't been nothing to back. But let's be real though, man. Like, this is a perfect opportunity for him to have that offense clicking. I love how DeJounte Murray has been playing. He's been able to hit his threes. So he's been actually producing on that side. So I think other guys, role players, is what you're going to see them play a lot better at home. Bogdanovich, for example, I mean, he hasn't really showed up in the series yet. I will say this, Clint Capella is holding down the paint, though. In those last few games, I mean, Clint Capella is holding the fuck down. As long as that translate and they can make their shots, they are going to win this game, I think. I think that's going to be the type of game that you're going to see with the Celtics. Maybe some of those guys don't play as well, but I do like a prop for the Celtics, and I am on the Marcus Smart over 5.5 assists. We know the drill. We know what's going on there. It's just that we got to keep going back to it. Obviously, Malcolm Brogdon was the assist guy last time, so I'm not mad at you if you like the 3.5 at plus money with Malcolm Brogdon. He got it in the first quarter last game. I wouldn't be mad at you for going back with that again. But I think the 5.5 assists is a solid here play for Marcus Smart. We know what type of time he's going to be on as far as ball duties, and it's kind of giving me another nudge to bet the damn Hawks because I got something already on the Celtics side, and I think that correlates with them winning. And then if I take the Hawks, I'm gonna go money line, bro. And I haven't put that in here yet, but after breaking it down with the greats here on the show, I think that's going to be an official play for me, bro. I like the Hawks, but for sure, we're officially on 5.5 assists for Marcus Smart minus 115.
Yeah, got to roll with the Godfather, but he's going with Marcus Smart in this one as well. But Bano, how you feeling? A lot of people, rightfully so, like Boston tonight. Are you one of them? Or are you rolling with Scotty and the crew?
The spot for Atlanta is very, very distinct. You know, that for them, it's their step up spot. It's supposed to be, but it was supposed to be that for Brooklyn too, you know, at home down 0-2, and they didn't get the job done. And Boston is a better team. I'm a little reluctant here, honestly, to take Atlanta, although I lean that way right now. I might look first quarter. Okay. I think the first quarter, I might get involved with Atlanta here a little bit. You know, because I think in the first 12 minutes, they'll be amplified by being back at home. You have to look at it, too. What else is new? Trae Young on the road couldn't shoot well. What a shock in the first two games. I mean, Murray had a really good, couple of games there in Boston. And, 14 for 40, 3 of 13 from three-point range, shooting the basketball, first two games of the series. I mean, you'd expect Trae to be better. I think there's probably value in Trae props tonight, but he has had a tough time against this Celtics team. He just has. I mean, this has been a tough matchup for him. Hasn't been able to solve it repeatedly. So I'm a little hesitant on just assuming this is Trae Young's night to just snap out of it because him and his team are back home. But I do expect them to be strong out of the gate. So I think the first quarter I'll get involved with Atlanta. And I'm going to be stubborn as far as the total goes. And I'm going to expect finally we see a game go up and over here in this series tonight. I do like over 228.5. Here with this total. When you look at Atlanta's offense in the first two games, obviously it was a problem. Murray, 24 points for Trae in the game two result, but a lot of it was inefficient, and a lot of it was when they were already down in that game. You need more definitely from Collins. You need a little bit more from Bogdanovich, a little bit more consistency. I think someone who's going to step up, someone that played well, and again, you always say role players, bench players, play better, shoot better at home. That's Saddiq Bey. I'm going to jump in on Saddiq Bey for Atlanta with his props tonight. Not a good performance from him in Boston, but you have seen him step up, shoot the ball better, on the home floor. A guy that actually played pretty well down the stretch of the regular season. So I am going to get involved with prop involving Saddiq Bey here over points to provide some of that bench production that Atlanta desperately needs going into a must-win game to try to save any hopes for the series right here. So 8.5 at minus 110 for Saddiq Bey. I like that prop. I like Atlanta, but only in the first quarter because I think that's when they'll be at their best. Maybe Boston's probably maybe at their worst in the first quarter off the 2-0 start. And I do like the full game over as well.
All right, good stuff there. Not with you on the Sadiq prop, but I'm with you on Atlanta early in that first quarter. And I'll be honest, I'm playing everything a little bit small today as far as the sides are concerned. But I like Atlanta early and often. I think they get the job done today as far as, keeping it close and covering the number. Even before the series, I was expecting them to win one game. I thought that one would come at home. We know all the role players play better. And down 0-2, I'll take the desperation spot. That's what's been getting us paid. We have been playing it with the better teams, but I still think they'll keep it competitive tonight. So for myself, Atlanta early and often, and I agree with Ian. I think this game finally goes over. If I think Atlanta can keep it close or win the game, they're not going to do it by playing defense. They're going to do it by outscoring the Celtics. So
exactly.
That's what I like in that one. And I think we did a pretty solid job capping that game. Let's move over to the next one. Cavs and Knicks, 557, 558. This one opened Knicks minus 1.5. I still see minus 1.5 out there. A couple of twos popping up. I see the total opening at 211.5 from the odds screen I'm looking at, as low as 211. Injury report, nobody on there for the Knicks. Cedi Osman, game time for the Cavaliers along with Windler. I'm gonna kick it straight to you, Dutch. I think this is the game you want to rock with today, right? So tell us why you like it.
Yeah, man. I like the Knicks, man. Really, I like the Knicks, man, because I think they're the tougher team. I think they have the more heart. To be quite honest with you, I'm a fan. You know, I fuck with the Cavaliers. We made money off the Cavaliers, specifically at the crib, with the Cavaliers. But this matchup, I think people that did bet the Knicks plus money pre series. I think it's probably good money, man. I think this is not a good matchup for the Cavaliers. I just think they're a little too strong for them. I think Jalen Brunson is a motherfucking problem. Obviously, Spider is going to be a problem offensively, but I don't think Garland and them boys got anything for Brunson defensively. They try to put Osman on. He's just too smooth, man. He's going to do what he wants. I think he's really the difference maker. And then obviously the bench. The bench is very key to me in this series. I think New York is benched night and day better than the Cavaliers. LeVert had a game the other night. But the Cavs have 14 points, obviously, off the bench in game one, 36 in game two, 24 by LeVert. I just think, and then back January 24th, these two teams played in New York, only 12 points from the bench, led by LeVert with 9. I think simply the boards and the bench is going to be the big issues here. And I think at the crib, New York will have a better production from the bench, specifically Josh Hart, who had a great game one, 17 and 10. Obviously, it was questionable game two, not much. But they have Obi, they have Quickly, our boy Babano's guy. Quickly's nice. Obviously, we know about him. So I just think the bench and the boards, man. Game two, they're minus. The Knicks were plus 12 points from the bench. Excuse me. In game two, they're 17 from the boards, plus minus 13 in the boards in game two. So it's big against the boards. It's what it is. It's if the Knicks control the boards, which I do believe they will at the crib, they're gonna win the game, man. It's a low number to me. They have won 4 out of the last 5 in the matchup against these boys as well. 2-0 straight up this year at the house versus the Cavaliers. And they are 5-1 against the number against a team with a winning percentage better than 60%. So they've been playing up to their competition, covered 4 of the last 5 games against the Cavaliers, excuse me. I think we see a little bit more of game one in Cleveland. We see a little bit more of the Knicks controlling the boards, a little bit more of the lack of the bench from the Cavaliers, and simply a better production from the bench like we've seen in game one from the New York Knicks. So I think they win this game quite easily. I'm very happy with this number here. I think the Knicks are better. And we know with Thibodeau that they're going to be prepared team. They're well coached as well. So we know the Knicks fans will be fucking ready to rock and roll. Spike Lee and the crew to have good playoff basketball back in New York. They're going to be ready to rock. So I like this game an awful lot. I think the Knickerbockers win this game quite easily, to be quite honest with you. Also, real quick, they got smacked. They got embarrassed. It was a Cavaliers spot. We talked about it on this show. Said it was a trifecta spot, and the Cavaliers did what they should have did. So now losing like that back at the crib, it's a Knicks spot all the way, in my opinion.
I would agree with you. I think it is a Knicks spot here. The Cavaliers, we know the home road dichotomy all year. And after that ass whipping, like you said, Dutch, a little bit of get back for the New York team tonight. Do you feel that way, Babano, or are you looking in a different direction?
I'm actually on the three ways on the New York Knicks. First quarter, first half, full game. Now these aren't like one unit each. I want to point that out. This is one unit across all 3 bets. So that's the way I've decided to go about it, because I can't I don't want to make it sound like I'm unloading on the New York Knicks tonight, because we keep everything pretty in the same stratosphere as far as a bet size is concerned. But yeah, it's going to be Knicks first quarter, Knicks first half, Knicks full game, and it's spread evenly through all 3. But I got to have something on the early part of the game, just because the Knicks have been so good in first quarters and first halves this year. One of the best, especially at home. There's no question. They've been outstanding early in the game, especially at Madison Square Garden. I expect that here tonight as well against this Cavs team. And I like Cleveland. I've liked Cleveland all year, but, on the road, they're not nearly as good. You see the Knicks coming back home. And look, another concern for me is Donovan Mitchell. When he's played in New York this year, he's not played well. He's not shot the ball well in New York when they played during the regular season. And we know, obviously, at playoff time, he's the catalyst for what makes the Cavaliers go offensively. So I don't know if he's going to have a great night necessarily shooting the basketball here tonight for the Cavaliers. Of course, the 107-90 victory in game 2, which I kind of expected them to bounce back after the tough game 1 loss. So, no, I expect the zigzag theory to be in play here. I think the zigzag theory works in a series that's competitive. It's 2 evenly matched teams. where if you bet the loser of the previous game, you're going to do well. I thought right from the beginning of this series, this was going to be that type of series. You bet the losing team of the previous game, you're going to make money in this series. Sure enough, Knicks game 1, Cavs game 2. I think we see the Knicks show up tonight here at home, get the job done. But because they've been so good early in the game, especially on their home floor, we're going to go not just full game, but also first quarter and first half as well.
I dig it.
Is this how they call it in Canada? G. Martinez says 3 ways in Canada, trifecta in America.
Trifecta.
Three way. What we call
The trifecta.
We call something else in
hilarious.
America 3-way, I think. You know, I don't know. Maybe Wham Bam touch on that one.
Yeah, man. What you thinking here? You rolling with the crew? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm riding with the crew, bro. I got the Knicks first half. That's my official play here. I think like you said, Babano, they've been doing this all year at the house. Ain't no reason not to trust the role players now. I think Josh Hart has a better bounce back game. Emmanuel quickly finally shows the fuck up, gets to the foul line today. I think that the Knicks are going to just show a little bit better on the boards, like you mentioned. It's been adjustments. I think that's kind of alluding to what Babano's saying. Those adjustments were made in the second game for JB Bickerstaff. We're able to out-rebound those guys. I think it's the same way, other way around. Tips figure out a way to make the right adjustments to get the rebounds there. So not going to really hard too much on it. You guys talked about it. I like the Knicks first half. As far as any props in this game, nothing that's really catching my eye. Obviously, I did lose with the Jared Allen double-double last game by just one freaking point. So I do want to go back to the well with that, but it's kind of giving me, I like the other side here. So it's kind of pushing me in the opposite direction there. So I'm just stick to the first half, Knicks, and let's win as a group today.
We got.
You know what's a funny thing about
means?
this game, you guys, is Mike Breen is the local announcer for the Knicks on MSG. He's actually going to get to do this game for ABC tonight with Jackson and Van Gundy. So he won't be a home. He's not a Knicks homer though. Like you will not be able to tell that he does the Knicks games local television tonight. That's how good Mike Breen is. He's a pro. He's not a homer. So don't worry about that.
That's
if you're a Cavs fan and you're thinking Mike Breen's going to be a Knicks homer, no way. He doesn't act that way.
That's the bang. That's him, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Yep. He is.
Otto, you know what this means, Wham? He says, "Oh, so everyone on the Knicks?
We're not all on the Knicks full game though."
Hey, clarify that shit, Otto. Clarify that shit. That's fellow, bro.
Is if he's on full
Oh
game.
my god, bro said, "Nah, bro, not today, Otto. I don't want to hear that shit." I will say, Darius Garland to get 25 points. Does seem like good spot there. I think that's an adjustment that they're gonna have to keep for the Cavs there. So that is a prop that I did have on the low. Was Darius Garland last game. I think he could have that similar production because he has to be aggressive. He can't be just all Donovan Mitchell, especially if he's struggling, like Babano's saying, in the Garden.
I know where I'm making my money, and I'm with Razor. I'm with Babano. I don't care what quarter you pick. First quarter, first half, full game. We're getting paid with the Knicks tonight. So do what you will. You want to fade? It's up to you. Next one up. Let's keep it moving here so we can before we be on here all day. 559, 560 Nuggets and Wolves. I thought it was gonna be in the pool.
You better watch that.
Out here, man.
Watch that next comment, Otto. We coming for your ass.
I was trying to keep it going. I don't want to have the bubbles fucking up the YouTube shit. So. Yeah.
Nuggets T-Wolves. This one opened Denver -2. It's kind of sitting around there. Some 2.5s out there. Total open 222.5. It's sitting right there too. Jokic is game time, but I think he's going to play. Gobert game time. Noel game time. I think they both play. Obviously, McDaniels and Reed have been out for a while. I'm going to kick this one to Babano first. I feel like, it's back against the wall for the Timberwolves. Denver doesn't have a winning record all year on the road. Do you trust the Timberwolves to get it done tonight? I don't want to say what he used to have because it's been a while. I think he cleared his name on that tattoo he used to have. But you rolling with the squad or what, Babano?
There's quite a lot of those in Canada, I heard.
I'm going to take a shot with Minnie tonight, just simply because Denver has shown vulnerability away from Mile High, away from Ball Arena in Denver. They have not always been consistent. You look at just down the stretch of the regular season, they lost their last 5 regular season games. At Utah, at Phoenix, at Houston, some bad teams in there too that they ended up losing to. That Houston loss, I mean, they lost outright as 11-point favorites. They have a losing record on the road, 19-22, straight up this year, the Denver Nuggets on the road. So, look, they're not winning the series, Minnesota. There's clear matchup issues right now. I've been extremely disappointed with how, let's be honest, soft Karl Anthony Towns has been at times in this series. There's been some problems with Minnesota in that regard. They haven't been able to defend Denver adequately. But Denver's issues on the road, are, I think, enough going to allow Minnesota to, at least for one game here, cover the number and probably win. I think this is probably the game for Minnesota. Hell, they might even win both at home because Denver struggled so much on the road, but they will not win the series. Denver will still prevail. But, I just think when you look at this matchup here tonight, it's not a bad spot at all for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Even after the disappointing setback against the Nuggets, they'll get some confidence, I think, a little bit in the fact that they were, trailing by 10 at halftime or actually trailing by 15 at halftime of game 2. And they had that great third quarter to come all the way back and even took a lead briefly. But then in the fourth quarter, Denver came back and had a great fourth quarter. It was a really, really good game, by the way, for the Denver Nuggets. And it's great to see moving forward of Jamal Murray. I mean, 40 points. He was just spectacular, showing you that, any concerns about his health, throw it out the window. He's fine. He's ready to be an impact player, to be that 1-2 punch with Nikola Jokic now on this basketball team. That's going to be a difficult tandem to stop. But, we've seen enough of Denver, for me at least, on the road down the stretch where I think this is a spot Minnesota can rise up, take a game in this series. So I'm on the Timberwolves here, plus 2.5.
I like it. Ian, back with the old squad over there with the Wolves. If nobody remembers the name, I'm not going to.
And this is it. If they lose tonight, we ain't back on them ever again. In this series, anyway, probably.
Yeah, they'll be toast. So I know one person doesn't have too strong of a feeling in this game. I think Wham might like this game a little bit. You always, you're not very fond of Mr. Joker over there. You fading him tonight. What you doing?
Damn, now I'm like a labeled Joker hater. I will say this though. The chat, I will say this though. The chat is putting me into the mood, bro. And then also Babano said, I had some other shit wrote down, but man, I do want to touch on Cat getting all the smoke, like Boofer said. Because, man, he definitely deserves every fucking thing he gets right now, man. If you call him a layup boy, a jump shot queen, whatever the fuck you want to call his ass, it's him and Ayton, bro. I don't know what's up with these boys. And I'm starting to throw AD in this shit, too. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all big motherfuckers, bro. Y'all just need to go there and dunk. I mean, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. Life happens if you just go down there and start dunking. Don't go out there and start shooting jump shots first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have a bad rhythm, bro. You shoot jump shots. Go in there and dunk. You know what I mean? It may help you. It may help you. I definitely will get at to Cat today. Go in there and dunk, big dog, especially if Jokic is not all the way 100. I mean, do the Denver Nuggets flex their muscle like a lot of these other teams, play without their star and try to be competitive? I can see that going for them, to be honest, tonight. If I have anything on Minnesota, bro, I'm going to go Mike Conley, though, man. I think Mike Conley just got to be the guy for Minnesota, man. Somebody that's keeping everybody intact. We're going to have a little sporadic play here from Cat. We're going to be sporadic here with the Ant Edwards kid. I think Slow-Mo is going to continue to do his thing there. And I want to give Slow-Mo a little shout out to Slow-Mo, man. I see how he was trying to be a little bit more of a leader with Gobert. I know he socked you out, bro. You're trying to make, change the tide and, be more of a leader, calm him down in the heat of the moment, because Rudy is ready to crash out every game. It seems like Rudy ready to crash out every game. I can see them being, like you said, bro, back against the walls. I kind of want to go with my boy Babano here. I think the Timberwolves may be live here. I think the number is showing us for a reason, man. I look at the number here. Ain't no way the Nuggets should be in the form that they're in right now. There's no way they should be just 2.5 favorites, even though this is a home spot here for the Timberwolves. I think that the line is telling us that this is a spot here for the Timberwolves for sure, and that's the only way I'm going to be looking. But Mike Conley is the way I'm pushing myself here to bet, but I don't think I'm going to have any action on this game. I ain't going to lie, bro. It's just Mike Conley or nothing, honestly, in this game.
Well, I'm gonna have some action. Before I tell you guys what I have, Dutch, any player props you looking at? Maybe. I mean, they haven't really been able to stop Murray in this matchup. Maybe anything on him or anybody else.
Yeah, man, I'm not putting my hard-earned money on this motherfucking game. Shout out to Nets
Fuck
Bets
this
in the
basketball game.
building. I
Back with
see
it.
you, RP, in the building. I see you, my man. Razor Sharp Picks. Good to
Fuck
see
this
you,
basketball game.
bro.
Back with it.
Yeah, man, it really is to me though. I mean, I see where y'all coming from. I think it is a Minnesota spot. Clearly, I do.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, like, why the fuck would you bet Minnesota if you with the New York Knicks on the board? You know what I mean? That's just I just throw another unit on the Knicks. Fuck that game. And you feeling yourself, maybe get some live action or something. I'm just trying to be more disciplined, and I do think the Wolves are the spot here. But I don't think it's like clearly a fucking layup by any means. I mean, the Wolves are 2-7 ATS last 9 at the crib against the number. I just think, they have the talent. They got to get more help though. You would think Cat gonna have a game because usually he looks that bad. He comes back, you're like, oh shit, this is big. This is why they call him Cat. But yeah, man, he is pretty soft. Gobert, same thing. It's really Anthony Edwards, man. He had a game in Denver. But talking about Jamal though, I like what I'm seeing from him. I like to see this kid unbelievably talented in the bubble. Haven't really seen it since the injury. I mean, if he's back, I mean, him with Michael Porter Jr. and Joker, I mean, it's not something I'm looking to get in front of with us, a Fugazi-ass team like the Minnesota Timberwolves. But it's one fucking game. So I do think there's value with the 2.5. Denver is a team that you look to fade. If you are looking to fade them, you look to fade them on the road. They're 19-22 straight up on the road this year, lose by an average of 3 points per game on the road. And they are 3-8 ATS last 11 against the number on 1 day's rest. So there are things that you can make a case for very strongly for Minnesota. In my opinion, I think the Knicks is a way better look, and I just don't want to be betting basketball that I think it could go either way, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. It's been tough. Let's be honest. That Rudy Gobert trade's a disaster right now for Minnesota. When you especially look at what went out, right? But Beasley, effective NBA player. Pat Bev, we know what a bulldog he is defensively. Vanderbilt, a good player. Walker Kessler's been outstanding for the Utah Jazz. Gave him up 4 first-round picks. 4 to the Utah Jazz. They overpaid beyond belief, and they basically thought they were getting a mansion, and they got a nice little cubby hole instead.
But like, honestly, who's running the show there? Because goddamn, I think wife even knew that was a dumb trade. Like, who the fuck? When we seen that, we're like, wait, hold up. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Rudy, 5 picks. Yeah.
And then it came out. I mean, surprisingly, you gave all that. And it's even worse because of what Bobano said, the players and everything else. But the 4 fucking first rounders alone is just fucking ridiculous. It fucked up the whole trade industry. It fucked up the whole damn game.
That should be a return to get you a Michael Jordan-esque type player, not Rudy fucking Gobert.
And then you got the Pacers and the Kings make something like, we could talk all day
shout
about
out
how
to the T-Wolves, though. I ain't going to shit on them too much. They helped us out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what they're doing in the trade market.
You got them on the fucking back.
Help me out. Cover 2.5.
Hey, Boofer, you cutting up, man. Rudy is not coming to LA, bro. If he is, he's just gonna be like a ball boy, a mascot or some shit. You're gonna be in a suit, bro. He ain't playing. That's for sure.
Rudy is booty.
Definitely not on the Lakers. Absolutely not.
It's been a bad stylistic fit to it on this team from the looks of it too, because they've always played fast, been more of an offensive-minded team, and he gums it up. Let's be real, he does.
And I think the attitude is making it even worse too. The fact that, like I was saying, he's ready to crash out, punch out his damn player, his teammates. It's like, what are we dealing with this shit for?
I just don't think that his teammates even like him.
Yep, not a good fit.
Well, I'm not a big Rudy Gobert fan, so it is what it is. I just hope he plays good tonight. That's all. Yep. Just give me a little something in the tank tonight. That's it.
So what you on? What you on, Skee?
Yeah, in that game. Yeah, thanks, Wam. That game, I'm on I played today's games as far as the sides, very small, but I did go with the trifecta here. First quarter, first half, full game. I just like the spot for the Timberwolves. It's the kind of motivation, desperation spot that I've been playing on to make me money. And as far as the total, I like it to go over. I mean, the coaches told you what they wanted to do. I seen it translate into that last game, and I'm gonna keep rolling with it until it doesn't. So over 222.5, as well as a
I like
trifecta on
that.
the Wolves.
That makes sense to me as well, the total. Yep.
I like that.
They did play well. Shout out to Nets Best. They did play well last game in the fourth. I don't know how they don't cover that basketball game. They did play well, especially in that third quarter, especially in Denver. So I mean, like I said, I see. Now y'all making me want to bet Minnesota, but goddamn, I'm not doing
Hey,
it.
I'm saying.
We'll see
Shout
what
out to
happens
Marcus
after this
Smart.
next. We'll see
Hey,
what
that's
happens.
why I
if
had to
Count
put a
just
little
beats up
something
a
on
little,
it,
huh?
man. I
After
couldn't just sit
Count
on the
beats up a
sideline
little.
here. I gotta roll with it, man. Because if they win, I'm gonna be pissed that I didn't play it. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I like the
Nah, for real,
spot. I'm gonna
for
roll
real.
with it.
I'm
We
just
got
looking
4
at it
games
like
on
I'm just
Saturday.
looking at it clearly.
Yeah. We got 4 games Saturday, 1 game on Sunday. I think I'm gonna just group them all together, just real quick, hit them and get out of here. I'll run through them real quick as far as my quick opinions, if I have any, and then I'll kick them around to you guys. Philly and Brooklyn, round 6 or 5.5 right now, and 208 is the total. I think that's pretty deflating for Brooklyn to lose that game. They played pretty well again, and now that the series is 0-3, like I just don't want my money on Brooklyn. Like, is this the kind of team that just wants to show they have pride and not getting swept? I don't think they really care anymore at this point. And the Sixers are the clear better team. So they threw Harden out. They still couldn't win. They had him beat in foul trouble, still couldn't win. It has to be Sixers or pass for me if I'm playing that game. Phoenix or Clippers. No Kawhi, no Clippers. I told y'all, don't have faith in this team going forward in the playoffs. Clippers going to clip one way or another. So I'm not looking at the Clippers. You already know Suns are pass for me. Milwaukee and Miami. I think that missing Tyler Hero is a big deal for them. It's going to hurt their offense, makes them a lot easier to defend, and Bucks are more than capable on that end. So I know they have the home court advantage. I don't want to run to the window and back Milwaukee here, but maybe I look towards the under in the game or team total under for Miami. I just don't really trust them offensively anymore in this series. If they win, I think it'll be a muck it up kind of game where they're just playing zone and forcing Miami, like building that wall versus Giannis type thing. And somehow maybe they get turnovers and run a fast break, but I just don't like their offense enough to back them. Memphis and Lakers. I'm not sure if Moran is playing as of right now, but it's spread open 4.5, and I didn't even move these banners. Let me move down the list here where we got Lakers and Grizzlies. I would only look towards the Lakers just because I think they're the better team with Morant banged up for sure. I probably thought they were the better team without him anyway. And after Dylan Brooks was talking all that shit, I can only look one way here. It's going to be Lakers or look at LeBron points. And I probably would just bet LeBron points. I mean, you egging him on. He got the scoring title. You saying, he needs to give you 40. I'll put a little bit of change on that.
He's Canadian, and I can't even defend his dumbass.
Damn. And that's funny because I didn't even know he was Canadian. The fact that y'all usually defend y'all own, bro. I heard no one say shit about that's funny.
I knew he went to Oregon. I didn't know he was Canadian either.
Me either. And the last one, real quick, I like I know what I like right here, man. Get paid. They're not losing at home. Quit playing. Don't put no money on Sacramento. Do not put money on Sacramento if you want to win. Warriors are gonna be the side.
You like
I'm gonna
that
go ahead
game
and
so
kick
much,
it.
you don't even know that there's 3 other games on that day.
Nah,
Yeah,
fuck
but we
it.
don't.
That's the only
We
line
don't know
they
the
got
outcome for
available, though.
today yet.
Yeah. That's fucking
Okay,
hilarious.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was like, what the fuck? All right, my fault.
That's the only reason, just because I don't want to
I was
cap the
like,
games and we don't
how
know
could
when
there's only
shit's
one
there.
game on Sunday? I was about to start bitching, and I'm like, wait, there's 4 games, homie. Oh, okay. That's how you know I be on that good, boy.
Hey, it's Medicaid. No, it ain't Medicaid. It's Friday.
Not Medicate
It's
Friday.
fucking Friday,
Yes,
homie.
Hey, we gonna get medicated though.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Still medicated though. Still medicated.
Well,
We
after.
stay heavily medicated, especially in these
Yeah, I'm
times. God damn it!
gonna kick it to you, Dutch. I'll roll down the list right here with you. Anything
Yeah,
you like on them
good.
5 games, Sixers, Nets, maybe?
Yeah, man. I you know what it is, man. There's levels to this shit, and it's Philly. But after last night, I'm gonna take tomorrow off. I'm gonna take that one off. All right. Yeah, man. The Clippers are not on Phoenix's level. They're a little top heavy, but it's at any time they flip the switch without Kawhi and PG. I mean, it's the same damn thing. I do like Milwaukee. I think with Giannis or without Giannis, I think they're just a better team. Tyler Hero was a big piece to them. Jimmy Butler, Bam. they're okay, but they're too small in my opinion. I don't, I do, Strus and these boys, they shoot better at the crib. But I mean, you got Duncan Robinson in the starting lineup, man. Come on, man. You're relying too much on Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, in my opinion. You're counting on Oladipo, Gabe Vincent. These guys are giving you huge fucking minutes. I think the Bucks are the deepest team in the league, with or without Giannis. They handle business in South Beach. I do believe so. Remember, they lost game 1, so they got to get one back. So I believe they're going to get game 3 quite easily. I like the 2 last games an awful lot. I think the Lakers, man, yeah, you poked the bear, bro. You don't want to do that. I don't think LBJ got to drop 40. He don't got shit to prove, man. He don't got shit to do. He'll have the troops rally around his ass, and they'll probably get damn near put 40 on these motherfucking boys all around. I think it's going to be trouble for Memphis and LA. I think LBJ and the crew are going to rally, and it might get ugly in LA. I know y'all boys would like to see that. But I think honestly, I was on the Grizzlies +1, simply a play spot. I just thought LA was happy getting out of there. Memphis does what they do and they act a fool. And now they got to go back to LA against a team I believe is better without Adams and Clark, and obviously John Morant being questionable. So yeah, man, it's Lake Show. It's Lake Show tomorrow night. It's Fear the Deer, and then it's motherfucking Lake Show. Believe it.
Anything on the last one? Kings Warriors?
Oh, that's Sunday? Oh, yeah, man. Hey, man, I can't think that far ahead, bro. Come on, man. I thought
you gave us a 2-piece.
Hey, you already know. Like, I want to fuck with the Kings. I told you, I almost pulled the trigger on the 6.5. I stayed off of it because you were heavily invested in the Warriors, and I did believe it was a Warrior spot. Draymond will be back. Should be pissed off. Should be a great game. But, man, I got to look into that one a little bit more, to be quite honest.
Fair enough. And I like what was said in the chat. Derek Miller said, LeBron's not falling for that Dylan Brooks bullshit. He's a team player. Lakers are advancing to the next round while he goes home. Sav says Dylan Brooks is the worst.
Troops.
And Martina says LBJ sending his assassin AR-15. That's right. Hey, if you didn't know, wrong player. But AR did give Desmond Bain buckets in college. That's what I was gonna say. I thought it was Dylan Brooks for a second, but it was Desmond Bain. I'll kick it to you real quick, Bobano. Let's go down the list one time. What are you liking on Saturday? And then the one Sunday game that we know we have a line on.
You know what? It's funny. I pretty much pretty concrete on what I like Saturday and Sunday already. I know what I'm betting and what I definitely wouldn't be. I could only look at Philadelphia now in Game 4. I think this team finally has the maturity to say, you know what, we're going to do away with the series quickly. 4-game sweep. We can finish a series on the road. Yeah, I think they will finish it too. I think that's a tough loss to bounce back from if you're Brooklyn. You had the bad start. You came back in the third. You took the lead, and then you let it get away late. I think Philly finishes that series. So 5.5, not my favorite play, but I'll look at the 5.5, laying it on the road there with Philadelphia. So the Suns and the Clippers, okay, they got 45 points from Devin Booker. They got 28 points from Kevin Durant. No Paul George, no Kawhi Leonard on the Clippers side. And you're telling me Phoenix only won by 5? That's a problem. That's a concern if I'm the Phoenix Suns. Give me the Clippers tomorrow, +6. You never know. Kawhi might be back because it's a day-to-day, game-to-game thing with him. How much better can the Suns' top players play? I mean, look at what Devin Booker and Durant did last night. And yet there was still life and death to hang on and win by 5 points, and they didn't cover the closing number. If you got Phoenix early, you're fine. But if you bet them late, you didn't cover. Clippers down 2-1. They don't want to go back to Phoenix down 3-1. And look, even without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, I applaud the rest of the Clippers role players for stepping up and everybody trying to keep them in that game last night. Great performances from Norm Powell. Russell Westbrook gave you 30. Terrence Mann off the bench. Bones Highland off the bench. Give them credit. They didn't give that game away, even though it felt like it was an easy layup for Phoenix. So I like the Clippers tomorrow, +6 in that spot. Game 4 against the Suns. I'm with what Dutch said. Milwaukee kind of feels like whether Giannis plays or not, the fact that they just absolutely destroyed Miami like that without Giannis tells me Milwaukee got the swag back. And to me, they're still the better of these two teams in this series. I think they're capable of going on the road, taking care of business. I like it more if Giannis plays, and we don't know that. He's day-to-day, but I wouldn't be interested in Miami there. I'd probably look at Milwaukee. I will say this, though. If Giannis doesn't play, I like the over. again as well, because again, I think the pace quickens a little bit, a little smaller lineup for the Bucks. So the over might be of interest to me there. And then the last game on Saturday, come on. I mean, Memphis and Lakers. This is another series where it's going to be, back to back, back and forth type of series. I was not surprised Memphis won game 2. You would think, no John Morant. This is going to be easy now for the Lakers. No, we saw what teams do. Everybody pulls up their bootstraps, does more, overcomes the absence of John game 2. And we saw that from Memphis. Now it's the Lakers' turn to respond, especially with numbnuts Dylan Brooks flapping his gums and egging on LeBron James. That's not something you want to do. Look, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but let me say this right now. Show some fucking respect. I mean, the guy has had a hell of a career, multiple champion, and you're going to come after him like that and try to make a mockery of the guy, and you haven't won shit, and you haven't done shit as a player yourself. If you're Dylan Brooks, I mean, that's ridiculous. Like I said, I'm not the biggest LeBron guy. I'm not. But that's just totally absurd, the way Dylan Brooks is going about his business there in that series. So, yeah, I like the Lakers here, 4.5 home favorites. And again, we got another one of these teams, guys, where Memphis on the road sucks compared to at home. Another team that just didn't play great basketball away from home. It's like a pandemic here in the NBA. Nobody plays well on the road anymore. There's so many teams that just don't play as well on the road, and Memphis is another one. So I like the Lakers there. And then Sunday, look, I don't love the number. I'll be honest, 7.5. That's getting pretty high, but I ain't looking to step in front of Golden State at home. Looking to avoid a 3-1 series deficit. So I don't love the number, but it'll be Golden State or nothing. I still think we're going to eventually get back to a higher scoring way in this series. I know the last two have been easy unders, but this might be the time where we see the over hit once again. So Warriors and over if I were to bet the game on Sunday with the Sacramento Golden State series.
Good stuff on that weekend wrap up, Bobano. A lot of ways for you to make some money. A lot of ways that Bobano is looking there. Wham Bam. Talk to me. We got 5 games with lines so far this weekend. What are you thinking? We'll start with Sixers and Nets.
I agree with everyone there with the 76ers. Not scared of the 5.5. I think they still, show that they living off the sins of Kyrie and KD, bro. So Brooklyn Nets, they just ready to go. So I like the 5.5 in that spot, early spot, get it over with. Next game, I agree with Babano, though. I think the Clippers may be a little bit a sneaky spot. I like the over there. My boy hear me talking. It's crazy. 226.5. I like that over there in that game. Fear the Deer as well. I like the first half spot with the Bucks. I think, like you guys mentioned there, with Tyler Hero being gone, too much offense to be missed out on, especially when you don't have the guys available. Just a whole lot of lock them kids up for sure, bro. Lock the kids up. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. But no, for sure, I think that Tyler Hero is a big loss, man. The Bucks, even without Giannis, they still got the guys that's available. That was Letterman jacket wearers, not these undrafted players that, what I'm saying, I was just hoping to get into the damn locker room and shit. It's over with for the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler will be utilized. They will key in on him on the defensive side. As far as the Lakers, you guys talked about it. Dylan Brooks scores 12 points. Think he's fucking Kobe. Keep shooting the ball, bro. We need you to shoot 9 attempts from 3 tomorrow, next game. Keep them shots coming, bro. I think LeBron doesn't bite into that as well, like you guys saying, but I do think he goes off and goes over his point, whatever his points total is going to be. I think he's going to get that. And I do like what Dutch was saying. Rather than get 40, beat them by 40. I love that idea. I think they will try to smash them at the house. And then ain't no more beams for me, bro. I'm going to tell y'all straight up. I see my boy Boofer say, bring out my laser pointer. I don't own one. I don't own a laser pointer, and I won't ever get one of those. If I have a pointer, it's gonna have something for real on the other side. You feel me? So it's only right that I put the beam down, and I'm not gonna light any beams at all while we're in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Maybe when we go to Sacramento, but not while we're in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? Not while we're in the Bay. You know what I'm saying? So no way, shape, or form I will be fading Warriors at the house until they out the playoffs, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not doing that shit no more. And as far as any of these bets, I think the next at the end of the day, I'm going to hop on that Sixers 5.5. I think they handle business to start it off, so you can kind of pencil me in for that one.
All right, good stuff. You got everybody's looks for the weekend as far as how we're feeling right now, and now it's that time of the show where we talk about what we like for today. What's the best bets? How we getting paid tonight? So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it to my guy Dutch. I have a feeling where he's going, but let the people know what you like tonight.
Yeah, man. The freshest look. I got one motherfucking look, and we're going to the NY to get that W, man. It's good money, though. It's real good money. Knicks -1.5. Get to the motherfucking window. They will handle business at the crib. They gonna bully it, man. They just tougher, stronger basketball team, in my opinion. Bench, boards, it all comes together in New York to get the motherfucking money.
Let's get it. I'm with you on the Knicks. I hope you got a ticket because I'm gonna be right behind you in that line to the window.
Sure.
Babano, how you feeling about tonight? What do you think about a best bet?
Yeah, I'd like to be Mr. Original and Mr. Creative and have something different, but it's clearly my favorite play on the board, so I'm going with it as well. I'm going to go Knicks money line here tonight. I like the first quarter and first half as well, but I like them to get the victory, and the dub is the most important thing, obviously, for New York. So we'll go money line New York -125. Knicks money line best bet.
All right, let's get it. Another one on the Knicks. And Wham Bam, you gonna make it a three-piece set, or what you looking at for your best bet?
Listen, I gotta do it. It's only right. We're gonna take the Knicks first half. Let's keep this train rolling. We are on Marcus Smart too, over 5.5 assists, but Knicks first half -1, man.
All right, good stuff. Hey, I'm with y'all. I want that ticket to go right to the window. But for my best bet, I'm gonna roll with the Godfather, Scotty and the crew. As Dutch would say, that little motherfucker, Trey. If there's Trey, there's a way, and he's gonna get it done tonight. So we're taking him plus the 5.5 points. That'll be the best bet for the show. We appreciate you guys in the chat. You guys make this show fun all the time, and a lot of good information out there as well. We will be back Monday, talking out all those games, and also look ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday. So tap in if you want to look at those games as well. Dutch, let the people know how you feeling and help us get out of here.
Yeah, man. Salute to them real ones holding us down in the chat. Boofer, G. Martinez, Christian, Handicap, Nicholas Lee, RP. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the motherfucking video. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest.